On guys, welcome to earnings day. We are off to a solid start right now in the pre-market. We are up about 2.57%. Today is going to be a pretty wild day. Also, quick side note, these morning live streams are not just going to be a one-day thing. We're going to say that a bunch during this live stream this morning. I'll be going live now from 9 until 10:30 Eastern time basically every single day now, because I was thinking to myself, well, I'm just sitting at my computer doing everything that I would be doing on a live stream anyway, so I might as well just go live and hang out with everybody. So how is everybody feeling going into today? We doing good? How we feeling? How we feeling, everybody? Let's see. We got some people filtering in. How we doing? All righty. 2.5% for two. Little bit of selling pressure. How we doing, people? Let's see. We can do a little bit of a quick Ortex update before we get into everything. Not much has changed except for the utilization. So quick Ortex going into the start of the trading day. We're at 86.54 on utilization, and the estimated short interest 16.69%. 4.8K shares has been returned, 0 borrowed shares. So what we're most likely going to see today is a lot of repositioning or positioning ahead of AMC's earnings. So we could see sometime during the trading hours today that we just start to really go on a swing to the upside. Because when we think about what's happened, the market is pricing in good earnings for AMC. And that's going to be something that we talk about as well. And especially today, we're going to go over what the market is pricing in for AMC's earnings. And just quick spoiler alert, it's a really big expected move. So you guys know that I love to trade earnings. If I was just looking at AMC as a company to trade their actual earnings announcement, I wouldn't go anywhere near it. So we'll go over that, but let's do this thing. STV quit school. Yeah, I just said screw it. I mean, I don't have classes in the morning anyway, so we're gonna be going live a lot more. All right, everybody. So speaking of options, oh boy. Oh wait, hold on. We gotta adjust this real quick. Okay, so when we're looking at Stonko Tracker right here, and we look at the options that are expiring this week, the numbers that we're seeing here are updated from Friday because open interest is going to accumulate throughout the day today. So when you look at the option chain, the open interest numbers are from the previous day, but the volume is going to be up to date, if that makes sense. So tomorrow, after the earnings, we're going to see just how crazy the option chain gets today. But we're still looking at that monthly options expiration date for November. And then if you guys have been watching along with a lot of my videos recently, January is crazy right now. The amount of contracts that are in the money right now for January, 163,000 already with what is it now? 2.5 months until expiration. That it's setting up bigger than June, which when you think about what happened in June, it was like we had, what was it, 225,000 contracts in the money. Okay, well, if we go on a little bit of an uptrend until January, more contracts are going to go in the money. But we also know that people are going to be buying more contracts. So this number, this 163,000 number, it's got the potential to get up to crazy high numbers and have another potential big gamma squeeze. But that's a little bit later. We can focus on that later. We've got earnings today. There are a couple of things that I want everybody to really key in on for earnings, and it has to do with market expectations. I was going to do a video about this yesterday, but it could have just been done in like a tweet or a segment of this live stream. So, oh, what's up, mods? What's up, Darth? What's up, Hella Bliss? How we doing, everybody? So first things first, we need to look at what the market right now is pricing in for AMC's earnings. This is very, very important. When we come over to the option chain for this week and we pull up both, the way to do this is you essentially add the at the money strikes and then you divide it by the current share price. If you have Thinkorswim, there's a more They basically give it to you on the option chain, but this is also another way to do it. So when we look at this, you would add this 315 right here. This is just an approximation plus 342, and then divide it by 4170. Now, what this would get you is, I believe it's about 15.8%. So what the market is pricing in for the expected move on AMC's earnings is 15% in either direction. Now, if you remember the earning strategy that I like to use, when you're actually playing the actual event, I don't trade anything that the market's not pricing 4.5% or less. So 15.8% is huge. Now, that's going to also play into the implied volatility of the actual option chain. So the market is pricing in a higher expected move for this week. Now, after today, the market is now no longer going to be pricing in that high of a move. So the contracts may deflate. So that's the one thing that if you are planning on holding contracts through AMC's earnings call, to be very, very careful. Unless you're very, very experienced with trading options, especially around earnings, you could be in for either a great surprise or your contracts will go to zero. So just be careful, everybody. Wondering where everybody went to. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Let's see. Not what I was expecting you to say about earnings. Oh, no, I think earnings is going to be incredibly bullish. But here's the other thing. This is also when we think about what the market is expecting, well, we have these two things that have happened. We have IMAX right here. What did IMAX say in their earnings? It's clear that the global film industry has reached a turning point. The movies are back. Okay, so we have IMAX coming out and saying that, okay, the movie industry is back. They're on an uptrend and they're doing well. Okay, well, when we go and take a look at the chart of AMC, when did this happen? Right around here is when we started to see the uptrend. Then Cinemark. As an industry and as a company, we continue to make significant progress recovering from the effects of the pandemic. We are highly encouraged by sustained positive trends in escalating consumer demand for theatrical moviegoing and growing momentum at the box office. So when you think about like market expectations, we've known that for a while, that the movie theater industry is coming back. People are going to the movie theaters. Anybody that's basically trying to say that movies are dead, people just want to stream, they're wrong. And we've seen it in those two earnings. So now the market knows this. So we're going to need to see something a little bit extra in terms of AMC's earnings. So I think their projected revenue right now, let's see, it's in the 700 million range. Now, if we can get above 800, 900 million in terms of revenue, that's a little bit extra. That's something extra. That's what we need. So in order on earnings, this is the one thing that people really need to understand. Earnings is it's like a weird event. There's a lot of different moving parts. And when we think about how earnings works in its most basic form, it's what is the market expecting? And then what happens in the earnings call that the market isn't expecting. If everything is according to market expectations, well, then that has already been priced into the current trading price. Now, something that AMC has that none of these other companies have, IMAX, Cinemark, none of them, is one, the retail investor base, the giant community behind it, and Adam Aron. So what I would like to see in this earnings call later today is a good strategy. I want to hear a conversation about paying off debt. There's like I think it's 5.5 billion right now, it's around that 5 billion range. So if we can hear a good strategy on, okay, this is how much debt we have. I believe it's 635 million is due before 2024. So that's really what we need to be focusing on. So you'll hear these big numbers maybe in the media that, oh, they have 5 billion of debt. It doesn't really matter because it's more long term and they have more time to pay it off. It's what is coming due first. Now it's that $600 million worth of debt. What time is earnings? I think last time the call was 5. I think the call started at 5. Yeah, we got about 20 minutes before the market opens too. We are up 2.25%. Solid start to the day. We are going to see a little bit of volatility today, though. So just get prepared. SV, does Adam Aaron and AMC have any new news? Also, did you hear about the rumor of Marco Hode's proposal to give NFTs to shareholders? Yeah. Yes, I have heard of this. I mean, Mark has experience in this. He has direct experience in this type of situation with Overstock. He was short Overstock. He figured out that he was getting screwed over. Then he went long on Overstock. It's a wild story. And his story also is like I don't know what a lot of people. I mean, I'm very happy to have him in the community now. Like even if he didn't own a position in AMC, just his knowledge about these situations, very very helpful to everybody. That's what we need. We just need. I was thinking about this. I was like, how is somebody in the industry that who has dealt with a situation like this haven't come forward and like explained this and like gone through their experience and was like, this is what we need to do in order to get this over with before, and now we have it. So it's very, very good in my opinion. Gary, how you doing, man? Pam, good morning, everybody. Go Huskies. Yep. 4:15, I believe, was the announced time. Yeah. GME partnership announcement today? We don't know. Could they do something? They could or could not. That falls into what the market is not pricing in for AMC's earnings. The market is expecting the positive guidance in the movie theater industry, potential beat in revenue numbers. That's what the market is expecting. But we have Adam Aaron. He can do he's definitely has something up his sleeve, in my opinion. Let's see. Yeah, technically I have class during the earnings call today, but you guys know me by now. What's more important? What do you think AA has in his pocket to ruin the short theory even further? Okay. So I don't know. That's the thing. That there's no way to know. We can speculate on it. I want to hear more about expected revenues from the popcorn business and their strategy for that. I think that would be really interesting to see. But again, he could just announce something completely different. And we're going to be going over a lot of those questions that the retail investors were asking on the Investor Connect platform. So today should expect a beat, but if the numbers are greater than expected, then the market should react positively after today. Yes. Yes. And okay, so earnings so if we beat by like 5%, that's not really a big deal. It needs to be like enough of a beat for people to really get behind it. But at the same time, listen, the numbers are going to matter in like the first couple of minutes that it comes out. But then we have the earnings call. We've seen, if you track earnings many, many, many times, the numbers will come out, something happens, the stock falls, then the call happens, something is said in the call, and then the stock goes from big red to really green. Like we just don't know. That's why holding through earnings in terms of like short time to expiration options is risky. You can't sell options in the after hours. You'd have to wait until the next day. Yeah. Also, if you guys don't mind, just dropping a couple of likes on the stream. It just helps get this stream recommended to some more people. So thank you to you guys who have already done that. And thank you to all of you who are going to. It really means a lot. Let's see. A new deal for the leases would be extremely bullish. Yeah. Oh. Here's the other thing. Remember, they were planning on opening new theaters. And they were closing down the underperforming theaters and opening theaters in higher performing locations. That's going to be another thing we got to hear about. How did those theaters do? The new ones that they were opening up, are they open yet? Or how have they been doing? And remember, October, best month since the pandemic started. And and we already know that Q3 was crazy. Like, if you guys remember going into last earnings, we were excited, but we were we knew that there were bigger movies coming out and they weren't going to get like accounted for in Q2. So it was like, oh, we were doing great. We were showing that positive momentum, but Q3, we were really going to start ramping it up. And today's the day that we're going to see something. We're going to see their numbers. We're going to see how we're doing, which is really what I'm excited for. Like a lot of people like to say that the fundamentals of AMC don't matter. I disagree completely because the short thesis is based on fundamentals. Now, if that thesis changes, it just gives us more proof that we are right. Does that make sense? And it'll affect the smaller short positions more because remember, these money managers have fiduciary responsibilities to their clients. If you are a high net worth individual and you find out that your financial advisor has this wildly over leveraged bet on AMC and you kind of know what's going on, that there's a giant retail investor base, there's a potential short squeeze, the fundamentals are getting better, and you have the most basic knowledge of how the market works, you'd be like, what are you doing? Why are you YOLOing my money like this? You absolutely crazy person. You need to stop. How much more proof do we need? We don't need any more proof. We don't need any more proof. In my opinion, we don't. It's more of what's going to drive investor sentiment going into the end of the year. That's really what it is. It's what is Adam Aaron and AMC going to say that is going to get their investors and even new investors into the company? Because think about it. Institutions have a boatload of money. And here's the other thing. With treasury yields so low right now, inflation running higher than expected, your real interest or yield on a risk-free, it's technically not risk-free, but it's as close as you can get to a risk-free investment, is negative. So it makes investors yield hungry. Now, where do they go to get that yield? They need to find a place to park that money because they don't want a negative interest rate. So they're going to go to other markets, riskier markets. They're going to want to take that risk. So they would go to the stock market. Now, so they have a lot of money that they would have put into those fixed income assets that would have given them maybe 1% real yield, unless they're using TIPS, which are treasury inflation protected security. So it accounts for inflation, but that's a separate conversation. So they go to the stock market. So they have a lot of money to spend. Now, if AMC comes out and is like, well, the fundamentals of this company are getting so much better right now. We're really on an upward trajectory. We have this movie or this popcorn business that could really step up our revenues. That's an incentive for other institutions to come in and buy and add more buying volume. Come on, ring the bell. How long are you going to be live? I'm going to be live until 10:30. 10:30. Let's see. How's everybody feeling? That's kind of what I want to know right now. Is everybody like excited? I can kind of feel it. Like just for me, I'm excited. Like I'm pumped. Like this is going to be a wild day. Let's see. Too much uncertainty? Bliss is feeling rich. There we go. I expect a chess match back and forth all day. Me too. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Nah, see, that's kind of going into the conversation about what does the market expect? Like what are the market expectations? What is the market makers, the option chain, what is everybody pricing into AMC's earnings? Now, I think that Adam Aaron is like the call is going to be very important. The questions, the statements that they're going to be making, the financials, yeah, they're going to be important. The guidance that AMC issues about the industry and where they see themselves going by the end of the year and beyond, going to be important. But it's those wild card statements that we really need to focus in my opinion. Let's see. Oh, buddy, thank you so much for the super. Shout out to all you guys who send in those supers. You guys don't have to do that if you don't want to. But without you guys, we wouldn't be able to continue doing what we're doing. So thank you guys so much. Buddy, thank you. Let me get you a coffee. Thank you, man. Do you think today may be a huge FOMO day? I have a good feeling. It could be. If today isn't, the thing is that typically with AMC's earnings, we see a little bit of a consolidation for a couple of days or a little bit of red, and then we start on that uptrend. So we could see the market digest the numbers, the statements that are made, people start to reposition themselves again before we pick a direction. And that would be what is called like a continuation play, an earnings continuation. When will the market open? 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes. STV, when we go into Foxwoods? Oh, we could go soon. I was there 2 weeks ago, I think. Yeah, 10 minutes market open. Matt, thank you so much for the super, man. I really appreciate it. I'm jacked. I think they will play the typical games trying to shake people out. I want Adam Aaron to say 1 billion in sales. I know that's lofty, but just imagine. Let's get it. Yeah, if they crack 1 billion in sales in revenue, like if their revenue numbers come in at 1 billion or higher, that's big. That's a big beat too. Like that's a huge beat. That would be like I think it's a 33% beat. That would be huge. That would be huge. When STV teaches me Chinese, I took Spanish in high school. I was pretty good at it for a while. I went to Peru and okay, this is funny. The problem with this trip I went on with my school to Peru was we all had like a decent understanding of like how to speak Spanish, but the locals there spoke Quechua, so it's like kind of Spanish, but like not really. So we were both just speaking in broken Spanish to each other, and it was just like conversations that were just like pointing and yes or no. It was hilarious. STV skipping class. Technically, I have class at 12:20 and 3:30 today, but I don't know about that. I don't know how well that's gonna go. Mr. Fishing, if they have a positive EPS, that doesn't mean they're gonna issue a dividend. The dividend problem comes with their debt. So they would need to pay off a significant portion of or all of their debt in order to issue that dividend. Now, are there other ways to do this? Yeah, there's definitely other ways to mess around with dividends too. And so the reason that so for anybody that's confused on why everybody likes to bring up the concept of dividends, it's not because people want the dividend payment, really. That's like it's kind of irrelevant. The reason why people want the dividend to get issued is because of how dividends work when there's high short interest. When a dividend is issued, if you're short, you have to pay out that dividend. Now, if it's in an NFT or a crypto form, there's really no avenue to pay that out. Like, how are you going to do that? How are you going to pay out an NFT? But you still owe that. It's a very weird that's kind of what happened with Overstock. They just didn't have a way to pay it. So then if there's all of that short interest out there and there's really no way to pay that dividend that you owe, what do? Close your short position. That's why people want the dividend, for anybody that was confused about that. STV, where we talk fast and skip class. That's what we do here. Slightly different than Trey. Is your class on the moon? I wish it was on the moon. All right, 7 minutes till market open. Here we go. Yeah, if there's any other tickers you guys want me to go over today too, we can do that. I know everybody loves Prague. I do have a position in Prague. So glad you're streaming. Thank you, Beach Guy. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna do these every morning now. We're gonna go probably 9 or 9:15. I gotta see what works better. Until 10:30. Let's see. BBIG. We can take a look at that. Oh, the mods are funny. BBIG. We can pull up some BBIG. Let's see. How's BBIG doing? Oh, BBIG getting a little bounce in the pre-market. What's going on here? What's going on here, BBIG? You having some fun? Let's see. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Alrighty. Is ATER still a good play? Well, we did see the CEO come out and basically say, yeah, there's naked shorting going on. So, depending on what they do with that information, then things could get a little bit interesting, but it's very speculative. When I look at these, so this is how I look at the Prog, BBIG, SPRT, all of those plays. I look at them as like I know people, especially with Prog, when I say this, people don't like it, but I look at it as a YOLO because I'm playing it on the short squeeze side. That's just how I'm looking at it. So if it rips, it rips. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I think that's the mindset that a lot of people maybe need to adopt, especially with options trading in general. It's like, unless you're going to be going in for quick in and out scalps based on technicals, it's like, don't put in an amount of money that you're not willing to lose. And if you're still learning options, paper trade, just paper trade. Oh, what's up, Rhode Island? Hey, VIX, been a while since I made one of your live streams, posted up at work, and happy to have all my favorite people here to help me get through long, slow day in the car business. There we go. Avatar, what's up, man? We got everybody in here today. This is great. All right, we got 4 minutes till market opens. I just kind of want to have AMC up. It's just visually for me, it's easier to just have one thing up at a time. TMI fam in the house. What's up, guys? Vex, please tell people to learn the Greeks too. Absolutely. Absolutely learn the Greeks. Know what they are, how they move, how it affects options pricing. Let's see. Shib to the moon. They were doing all right this morning, I believe. Took a little peek over there. The Rivian IPO. Is that today? Hold on. I don't, yeah. So, like, some things I do know a lot about, but like when some people just like mention like a random stock, I don't want to give my opinion on it unless I like have actually looked at it. Let's see. Here we go. It's 3 minutes till market open. Ooh, I hope everybody's excited. We're up 1.8% in the 1.73% in the pre-market. Little bit of selling pressure going into the start of the trading day, but once the bell goes ding, ooh, it's game on. We are going to have some fun. Hard to sell cars when the inventory is low. Hey, Rhode Island, Queen Bee, if anybody wants my car, I'll gladly sell it to you. I'm trying to get rid of that thing. What do you think about Ford? I think Ford definitely has a lot of upside. I know a lot of people that have ooh, that have positions in Ford. When new car. Yeah, I got to get something very basic. I really don't want to buy a new car. That's not what I want to do. All right. Now we're up 2%. Let's see. RSI 4177. Let's do it. Let's do this thing, people. We're getting there. All right. Let's take a look quickly at what the max pain is going to be for this week after we got a little bit of an update on the open interest. Okay. So very quickly before the market opens, we have max pain at 39 for this week. So max pain, when you see that price, it's the maximum pain that options buyers would feel because it's the price where the most amount of options contracts are expiring out of the money, meaning that option sellers are like winning. They're making the most money on their positions. Oh, what's up, Shimu? How you doing? All right, everybody. Let's see. All right. Twitter's pretty calm right now. Nothing crazy happening. I think everybody's just really getting ready for market open. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Little bit of selling to start off the day. Little bit. Get ready, guys. We're going to see a lot of repositioning today. But basically, whatever happens throughout the market today, we're still looking for those earnings numbers. They can attack all they want. Do whatever you need to do. Selling volume, buying volume, doesn't matter. If the price goes to 60 today, it's like, okay, well, we're still looking for the big movement in terms of shorts covering their position. Here we go. All right. We are currently sitting at $42.28, up 1.4-ish% on the day. We are seeing little bit of volatility. Nothing too crazy, though. Nothing that we have not seen before. Let's see. Let's zoom out a little bit. All right. Here we go. All righty. SV, what if AMC gave out a dividend in the form of 1 SHE per share owned? It would cost them hardly anything and would prove how many shares exist. Yeah, it depends. We would really have to look at do you want there's going to be a balance. So it would be a balance between do you want the current shorts to actually have to cough up a decent amount of money, or is it more important to find out how many shares are potentially out there? So you have to weigh those two options. If the dividend is going to be essentially worthless, then it's to figure out how many shares are out there. But if it's to force these shorts out of their position in terms of, we have to pay like an additional fee because they're already paying the cost to borrow, whatever it is. It's variable. It does change. But we are seeing some boom boom candles right here, everybody. Can't you warn us before you go live? Hey, I had this scheduled for a while, 007. I think you were the first person I told about this. I did tell TMI that I was going to be starting to do some morning lives. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see if we can cross 43. Here we go, everybody. Well, we touched it. We touched 43. Little bit of selling volume. It's getting exciting. It's getting exciting. Lucid on the move. Yeah, Lucid's any EV play right now is going to be going nuts, especially with the infrastructure bill. I was looking at playing the earnings run up on ChargePoint. Like I was doing my weekend research to see, okay, infrastructure bill came out. What could benefit from this? And let's ChargePoint has earnings in like a week and a half. And they're up 11% today already. It's like, come on, really? You're not going to give me a little bit of time to get into a play? Meta up 2%. Freaking Facebook. I do like this sell-off right here going on with ChargePoint. Let's see if this basis throughout the week finds some support, and then maybe I'll get a position over there. Let's do this thing. All right. AMC 42, basically 42.60 right now. We are seeing a lot of volatility. Volume on the day so far, 2.8 million. Greetings from Vienna, Austria. Let's go, apes. In since February. Ben, there we go. Prague. What's Prague getting up to today? Ooh, Prague with a nice strong start to the day. Is DWAC going too? Yeah, Prague is up 3.7% right now with AMC. AMC is getting some action right now. AMC at 42.70. Let's see. Let's see how DWAC's doing. DWAC 58.12, 58.50. Let's see. All right, a little bit of selling volume coming in on AMC. Again, nothing to worry about. And if there's anything crazy that pops up, oh, there was one thing I wanted to show you guys. This is cool. Shout out to Ryan at Wolf of My Street for putting this out earlier. Let's see, where is this tweet? Right here. AMC Theaters presents Disney Plus surprise screenings at select AMC locations November 12th through the 14th. This is going to be something that we should definitely focus in on for the earnings call, because remember, guys, the argument against a lot of what's going on with AMC is, oh, they're just gonna go stream. People are just gonna stream instead. It's like, okay, well, if all of these streaming platforms want to show their movies in theaters as well, they obviously see a big benefit to having their movies shown in theaters. So there's been some rumors I've seen circulating around about a potential Netflix deal with AMC. Now, the only issue I see with that is Warner already has that partnership with AMC for that 45-day exclusive window starting in 2022. Now, is there a non-compete agreement somewhere in there that they can't partner up with Netflix? Maybe. Let's see. Let's pull up Prague. A little bit biased towards Prague because I do have a position there. Hit the like. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, just dropping some likes on the stream. It just helps get some more people in here. Thank you so much to you guys who have already done that and who are going to. Means a whole lot. I am pumped up today, guys. This is going to be a really fun day. $42. We're basically sitting right around $42.50 right now. Let's see. By 10, we should probably see a direction getting picked in where AMC is going to start to head for until lunchtime. But right now we're just seeing, like, look at these moves right here in these candles. We're just seeing the initial positioning of buy and sell orders coming in, people selling, people buying, or institutions repositioning themselves going into AMC's earnings. Am I streaming all day? No, I'll be streaming until 10:30. We're going to be doing these every day, though, too. Let's see. AMC making a little bit of a move back, 42.60. Let Tesla dump. What's up, Long? How you doing, man? It's good to see everybody in here in the morning. Let's see. All right, I do have the hedgy tiers ready to go. Let's see. Oh, Rhode Island's getting married soon. There you go. My wedding is 11/21. Her B-day is 12/12. My birthday is 12/14. Moas be our wedding, birthday, or Christmas gift. Rhode Island, that would be an awesome gift. Did I just hear STV every day in the morning now? Yes, you did, Ryan. Yeah, because I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm sitting here doing all of this stuff anyway. So I was like, I might as well just stream and hang out with everybody. Any thoughts on SR NSCC 010 could be huge? Yeah, that's kind of like the controlled fire sale rule, like the controlled market crash rule, where they post securities as their collateral. They get cash to basically settle their obligations. And if they can't meet their obligations and buy those securities back, then they basically get auctioned off to the other members. So what that does is it controls fire sales, because without that program, in that system, what would happen is that if everybody needed to sell, let's just say it's a big S&P component. Let's just say it's Tesla. If everybody needed to sell Tesla right now, in terms of like, okay, well, there's a squeeze going on, or there's a major sell-off that people are getting margin called on, then there would be a lot of selling volume coming in. Now, if Tesla's a big S&P component, that could hurt the market, which Tesla is a big S&P component. So what it does is it just kind of slows down the process of everything coming down. It would be a more gradual downturn. Happy to see a morning live with you. Jay, thank you, man. Let's see. Good morning, Joshua. Let's see. All right. AMC currently at 42.55. Prague at 361. Doing solid today so far. November 10th, decision day. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, we've known about that one for a while. And the other thing you have to think about with these proposed rule changes is there's not going to be one thing that's going to make or break the squeeze. Like these rules aren't, they're okay. Well, let me think of a good way to explain this. The rules are definitely important in terms of like looking at what could potentially happen with like like how the squeeze mechanics will play out and like what's going to happen with the market and like margin rules and all sorts of things like that. But one rule is not going to come out and just be like, up, squeeze like that. I don't see that happening. Like the rules are important and they're very fun to look at in terms of like learning more about how our system is like changing. But what we really, in my opinion, what we need to focus on is like brokers. So like Webull, Robinhood, Public, um, TD, and what those requirements are going to be in terms of can they withstand those aggressive price movements. And lowering settlement times would help that. Prime brokers, which they're really the big issue in terms of naked shorting and allowing everybody to get over leveraged. Just like the example that I always talk about, where we talk about like if somebody gives a child a bunch of candy, they eat it and they get sick and they have to go to the doctor. Well, whose fault is it for the child eating all of that candy? Well, it's not their fault. If you give it to them, they're gonna eat it. Kids love to eat like Halloween candy. They like kids like sweets, but it's the person who gave it to them who's the real issue. So in that example, it would be the prime brokers, and the child in that example would be the hedge funds. You give them the shares, they're going to sell them. STV, you always have great videos and info. Glad you are live today. Sam, thank you so much. Do you have an opinion on this log the float website that is launched? I mean, I think it could be helpful. I haven't looked into it too much, but if there's a way to like actually verify the amount of shares out there, I don't see how that could hurt. Um, because when we think about previous giant squeezes that have happened in the past, we have Volkswagen and we have Overstock. Those are the two big ones. Now, the reason for Volkswagen having that really aggressive price movement to the upside was a disclosure of ownership catalyst. It was Porsche came in, the German government came in, was like, we own this amount. There's this amount of short interest. And they kind of forced the shorts out. That's how I kind of see AMC. And then GameStop is more similar to Overstock with their potential to offer that NFT crypto. So if there's a way to actually prove that there's more shares out there, so float plus short interest, if there's more than that, then that's bullish. That's okay. We know that there's shares out there that shouldn't exist. Is there a way to actually prove it? I don't really know at the current time. Unless there's actually like a count done, like to like verify. AMC seeing a little bit of selling pressure right now at 42.20 right now, bouncing a little bit back up. This is what we're going to see a lot today. I think we're going to see a lot of orders sitting out there in the market. We're going to see some orders get filled on the sell side, and then those buy orders are going to get hit, and it's going to come right back up. How close to $1 billion do you think we'll be? Sam, I have no idea. I think you're talking about revenue numbers. I really don't know. It's going to be hard to tell. I mean, I know we've been crushing it, but there's no real way to tell. Also, I'm going to turn on my air conditioning real quick. Nobody go anywhere. This is going to take me 0.5 seconds. All right, everybody. How did ATER prove the bad naked shorts? Can AMC and GME do the same thing? Yes, they technically could. They technically could do like hire that third party. But we also know that Mark Cahodes, I think he's trying to schedule a meeting with Adam Aaron after earnings happens to try to figure out what strategies they could use, especially since he has so much experience. with this. So we'll see what happens. I bet AA has something huge coming. I'm hoping. 1 billion plus FOMO volume. I'd love to see that. Volume on AMC right now, 5.12 million. We have Prague at 358, 357 and a half. 358 is flickering right now. Let's see. All right. This Elon Musk thing is wild too. The fact that Elon is just coming out and is like, yeah, I'm selling 10% of my Tesla holdings is just hilarious from a Twitter poll. AMC a little bit more selling volume right now for it's currently trading just above 42. Berg A rip. All right, a little bit of a bounce here coming back. Let's see. Prague at 358.8. AMC should see big up, see volume big up big around 12, maybe. Yeah. Selling volume is coming in right now on AMC, but again, still up 0.7% on the day. Can someone please explain how there are almost 8 million shares to borrow? Where are all these shares coming from? Okay. Here's most likely where they're coming from. When we come over to Ortex, where is it? On loan. I think it's on loan and utilization is what we need. Yeah. Okay. So right around here, Q2 or Q1, right around this range right here is when we saw institutional buys on AMC go crazy. Let me actually pull that up too so we can see it. So when we look here, 1.19 billion bought, 409 million sold. Okay, so that's a lot of buying volume coming in. That's right around here. Now, utilization, this yellow line right here, is the amount of shares that institutions are willing to lend versus the amount of shares that have been lent out. So it's possible that some of these institutions were lending out shares or saying, I have the ability to lend out shares in order to get that interest. But the cost to borrow rates right now are not that crazy. So it doesn't make that much sense for them to be doing that. But that is one way that it could have happened, that some of these institutions were loaning out a little bit of their shares. Also, yeah, I did see that. Charles Payne said Friday after 45 we moon. So I think I have a little bit of a separate idea about that. And let me do this right here. I think it's 55. I think it's $10 higher. The reason for that is, oh, don't do this to me now. All right. Come on. It really doesn't like when I flip around sometimes. Okay, here we go. So the reason that I think it's going to be a little bit higher is that we saw this really substantial rip up, come down, rip back up, then we consolidated right here. This is most likely where a lot of the new shorts enter their position. Where is this? What price range is this? Mid 50s. So right when we see this price range right here, we consolidated a bit and then we got knocked down. Okay, so most likely a lot of shorts were adding in this range and on this way down. Okay, so we've seen breaks of 45 in the past. We saw it here, saw it here, saw it here. Now it could be that for test of that resistance and then we go, very possible. But at the same time, I think in order to put that pressure on those shorts that we're adding in over here, we need to see momentum volume around that lower 50 to mid 50 range. If we can blow through that, that's when I think we could really start to get going, because those newer shorts would start to feel the pressure. and they would start to feel the pressure on the way up as well. It's like, uh-oh, our position is going from slightly green to less green, less green, less green, red. And they have to pay the cost to borrow, the margin, like they have to put up more margin. Like, let's see, let's get this back on a 1 day. All righty. Yeah, thanks for all you guys coming into the live this morning. It's great to see you guys all bright and early. It's not really that early, but you know, same difference. All right, currently sitting at 41.89. Let's pull Prague back up too. I think Prague does have upside. That's why I have a position in it. I'm putting my money where I did this wrong. I'm putting my money where my mouth is, but at the same time, I have a long time on my position. So I'm not thinking, oh, it's going to do it this week. I think over the next, I don't know, 7 months, we could see a lot of upside. I'm giving myself a decent amount of time. If they entered in the 50s, why didn't they exit in the 30s? Why didn't they cover at 2? Why didn't they cover at 10? Why didn't they cover at 20? Why didn't they cover at 30? It's the same question. It's like, who knows what they're doing over there? Like, we don't know. It's like, whoa. It's like, come on. Like, you really had the opportunity to cover at 2, 5, 10, 15, 20. Like, and then we went all the way up to 77 in the pre-market that one day. The next big run up, though, I think is going to be really, really aggressive. Like, very aggressive. A couple of reasons for that, just in terms of like that cycle of like where we could end up in terms of like the starting point now and what the option chain is looking like. Also, when we think about I know people don't like the conversation about options, but it's important in terms of like thinking about like buying volume coming in. I didn't think that we were ever going to see an option chain like this on January. Again, didn't think it was going to happen. And with the amount of contracts expiring out of the money every single week, it makes it even less likely for these options for this expiration date in January to be piling up that much. So we know institutions have a significant call position. They have calls and puts all over the place. Now, it is a little bit of speculation saying that these in the money calls and some of these out of the money calls could be like a lot of them could be institutions that have been holding this for a while and are looking to exercise. But I don't think that's a crazy wild theory to put out there. That's why I've been talking about it, because when we think about this, the highest strike on the option chain before the major May-June run up was 40, and those contracts were dirt cheap. They were $8, $10, $20. I bought my January 40 for like $90. Now, what are they now? What is the highest strike right now for AMC for January? $232. That is so much more expensive in terms of a percentage. And I don't think retail investors, I'm not saying that retail investors don't have any money. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying like it's a lot harder to see those pileups. And it was like, oh, we probably won't be able to see those pileups again, but we are. We are seeing it, and it's awesome. AMC getting a little bit of a bounce here at 42.16. Prague at 3.605. I'm listening as I work from home and buying more AMC. Enjoy the stream. Frederick, thank you, man. I have a dream to pass turkeys out to the homeless. We need a November MOAS. Yeah, that would be awesome. If we like go nuts and I now find that I have so much money that I don't have to work again, I would just work at a special needs camp all day long. I used to work at one in the summer, and it was the best job that I ever had. Don't remind me, SCV had a good amount of cash to buy those 8-cent contracts. Would have made me a millionaire at Shimu. Yeah, I know Fuzzy crushed it on those. Ho, what's up, 007 and Geo? How we doing, guys? Oh, what's up, Pam? All right, AMC at 4206, a 0.91% on the day. Volunteer firefighter post-MOS for me. There you go, 007. There we go. What's up, Riptide? How you doing? All right, a little bit of selling. Again, guys, we're going to see a lot of volatility today. That's just kind of where we're at with it. Earnings is going to be fun. Oh, hold on. I just got a little bit of an alert. IMAX enhanced to launch Disney Plus with titles from the Marvel Cinematic Universe and IMAX's expanded aspect ratio. So IMAX has now a little bit of a deal with Disney as well. So that kind of goes against the potential that there's those non-compete agreements between these streaming services and movie theaters. So that bodes well for AMC talking about something later today in their earnings call with partnerships with other streaming services besides Warner. That's very good. Good morning, Jazz Cabbage. How you doing, man? SV, I don't know if you already covered it, but thoughts on Prague? I think Prague has upside. I do have a position in it. They're longer dated calls, like far out expiration. I did have some other shorter. I've had a couple of different Prague positions over the last month. Oh, I'm sorry, Pam. I know. I thought you popped in and out. All right. AMC 4188. Prague 361. Yeah, we're also I'm also going to work on getting the stream more like higher quality. We did it once in the past with Restream, but they are messing around, so I got to work on that, and then I'll probably get a better camera. I could even maybe make this like a cool studio thing too. So we're going to work on that too. And we'll probably start doing videos like this too. I just got to work on like the workflow of it as well, but we're stepping it up. No more me talking into my phone as my microphone, except for maybe this week until I figure it out, but it's going to end soon. Doing the damn thing at work, so I'll be listening mostly. Jazz Cabbage, there you go. Kev Duffy says he's going to be a dragon post-MOS. There you go. So on an earnings day, the price of the stock is dumping. I mean, we're up 0.8%. So it's not dumping, but remember, we're going to see a lot of volatility today because there's a lot of money and a lot of eyes on AMC. And that money is going to be repositioning itself. So there's going to be like, usually we see with like that earnings run up that I love to trade all the time. We've seen it on AMC, but again, what is it? It's not even 30 minutes into the market yet. And we're still up 1%. We're seeing a lot of money get repositioned right now. So we just got to see where we end up. And again, so a lot of people are going to be thinking very, very short term when we're listening to this earnings call and focusing on the price movements after the numbers come out and by market, the close of the after hours trading period tonight. But what you have to think about is we do know how AMC typically reacts on earnings. It's either a little flat, we see a rip, it comes down, it consolidates, or even dips into the red a little bit before we start to see that movement to the upside. So really, this earnings event is like a 2 or 3 week process after the numbers come out. Aria, good morning. Let's see. All right, a little bit of a bounce here. 42, trying to get above 42.20. Let's see. Prague at 3.615. What's Sheeb up to today? What are they doing over there? Well, what is it? 55.80 is what I'm seeing. There you go. A little red. Two to 3 week process of earnings. Oh, no, Mike. I definitely can, because here's why. Here's why. Earnings right here. What do we see? Red, then rip green. Okay, cool. Couple of days. What do we see here? Okay, very flat red. And then, so this happened on May 6th, and then we reached a high on May 18th. What about this one? Okay. Little red. Couple of days later, we ripped green. What date was this? The 10th? Reached the high on the 18th. That's what I'm talking about in terms of the 2 to 3 week process of figuring out how the market's going to digest AMC's earnings. All right, a little bit of a bounce here, trying to get above 42.20. Prague with a nice boom candle over here, 365. Aria, thank you so much for the super. I really appreciate it. I hope Prague moons today. Yeah, I mean, me too. All right, AMC getting a bounce here. Let's see. Why are most AMC YouTubers hyping Prague and Shiba? I mean, we don't. Okay. It's because we like there's just opportunity out there in the market. Like, if you're going to watch the market all day long, you might as well learn something or try to make some money if you have some money on the side. You guys also haven't asked the one question that I thought everybody was going to be asking so far, which is interesting. And I'm very surprised that nobody's asked it yet. Oh yeah, the 007 and I did an interview yesterday. It was really cool. Definitely a fun interview if you guys want to go check that out. Yeah, you guys haven't asked it yet. I'm surprised. I bet they've asked Matt and TMI, but I haven't gotten the question yet, which is interesting. This is funny. Final ask you, what's your shoe size? Gio, that's not the question. Elon's tweet, and you put together this Riptide. That's interesting. Log the float. Oh, somebody asked it. Somebody asked the question. All right, we can talk about the log the float thing again, but so remember, the disclosure of ownership catalyst for AMC to potentially have that really substantial rip, I think is very similar to Volkswagen. So I compare AMC to Volkswagen and GameStop to Overstock. It's just those are the two that, like, the comparables in my mind. So if there's a way to actually confirm for 100% sure that can be legally admissible in a court case, yes, awesome. If we can prove that there are more shares out there than actually exist, that's awesome. Can we? I don't know. I don't see. I think it's just neutral. Like, I'm very neutral on it. Are you Elon or TMI or both? Both, obviously. Oh no, unless somebody wants to ask it. I asked first. When hot chip? Oh, guys, I don't think I could do that. I saw them in the grocery store the other day, and I was like, I don't know. M. James says my body is a temple. My body has not been a temple recently. Here, hold my beer. Where is it? Let's see. Why is it that AMC partners with GME and GME hire? Oh, we don't know what the partnership details are going to be for AMC and GameStop right now, but AMC making a little bit of a move up here, 42.41. Here we go. We need 100% participation. Never happened. Yeah, it's going to be hard. Do you need shares to trade options? No, you do not. If you are selling calls, in order for you to not have an infinite max loss, you would need to own 100 shares per contract that you would sell. For puts, you would need to be able to put up the amount of cash to buy those shares at that specific strike price. But other than that, you don't need shares. If you reach 400 likes on this video, will you do the hot chip challenge? No, I don't have one right now. We can do it, but we can. Okay, one of these days we can do something crazy like that. I just feel like that. I don't know. Well, okay, we'll figure it out. We'll do something like that. Guys, it's my first day streaming in the morning and you already want to abuse me with the hot chips? Come on. That's not very nice. Oh, look, VIX is streaming. Let's abuse him. Yeah, anytime. Wuss. All right, let's see. 42.32, we're doing pretty good. Technically, this is power half hour, but I don't know. I don't think we should do that on earnings day. Ice tub challenge. I don't have an ice tub. I don't think that would work. Hot popcorn challenge. Once we can get AMC popcorn, I'll eat it on stream. Give you a review. I can tell you right now, it's going to be great. And I'm going to fill my whole. What I want to do is I really want to send AMC popcorn somewhere. Serious question, SCV. Are you going to get on Charles Payne making money? Hey, if that opportunity were to present itself, I would definitely go. Come on, ice cream. We're still waiting on wife changing money. Oh boy. Can you make the picture of myself bigger? I could, if you really want to see me that bad. Is that what we want here? Is that what you want? Oh. No, this is easier. You can see this better over here. 42.26. Are margins bad to do for AMC GME because they manipulate it? Margin is just risky. It's a way to lever up your portfolio, but it's also a way to very easily lose money. I've never traded on margin and I probably won't, because in my mind, the way to lever up my returns is just through options. So here's the thing. If I wanted to get leverage to use the amount of money that I had to control more of something, and I thought a company was going to go up in the future, I would buy deep in the money leaps, because you're mimicking owning 100 shares with less money. That's me personally, what I would do. I probably would not mess around with margin unless you need to have a margin account in order to trade like spreads. AMD is running. Oh, I love AMD. Oh boy. See, I did want some AMD calls. I don't know. It is going to be a little bit tougher to trade, I think, if I'm on stream, which is fine. I'm not going to be on for crazy long amount of time. Maybe, just maybe, a YOLO Tesla call couldn't. Oh God. Oh God. Yeah. I'm still holding AMD. What was that? All right. AMC at 42.30 right now. Doing solid today, guys. Very solid so far. Jeez, beach guy. That's aggressive. That's a bit aggressive right there. If AMD breaks 141.22, it'll keep running. He's going up so fast. Yeah. Let's see. All right, everybody. What's Prague at? 362. Doing solid. STV, correct me if I'm wrong. Earnings tonight, Moas tomorrow, Lambo Wednesday, right? Eric, I mean, you're forgetting the 2-day settlement time, but yeah, sure. Sure. No, nobody knows when it's going to happen, guys. It could happen today. It could happen a week from now. It could happen 2 months from now, 3 months from now. We don't know. I haven't eaten anything today yet. You guys are making me hungry. Pushing? Thanks. And Lambo delivery time. Alrighty. Let's see. What do we got? Anything going crazy on Twitter yet? Any crazy breaking news today? Nothing yet, I don't think. Totally glossed over the 2-day settlement. Yeah, come on, Eric. What were you doing? All right, what are we at? 42.20. Yeah, we honestly we may have seen the early positioning already done. The market and the price might just be waiting for earnings. I'm eating cake for breakfast. There you go, Mike. Getting the Acura NSX. Those are cool. Those are cool looking. Wow. You guys are crushing it with the likes today. Jeez. Thank you guys. All right. This is fun. I like these morning streams. These are great. AMC 4240. Come on now. You can do it. I believe in you. Just kind of consolidating in this range right now today on the 1 minute. Let's switch this to the 5-minute chart so we're not staring at the tick by tick. Wow, Mike Tyson is here. I know. It's kind of crazy. STV correction. Earnings tonight. Moaz no, okay. Eric, you're missing the point. You have to have a 2-day settlement after you sold. So you wouldn't have the access to the cash. So all right. We're not doing this. Oh, AMC getting a little bit of a boom boom candle. It wants that 42.50. Enjoy it while you can, SCV, because once we mow the chat is about to go as fast as AMC will go up. Shibu, that's fine. I'll probably have to put slow mode on. You're very likable. Thank you. I appreciate it. Monday Lambo delivery. It depends on if you can like Amazon Prime it. I don't know if they sell Lambos on Amazon. They might. I don't know. Jeff Bezos has everything over there. Airplane mode. What's up, buddy? I don't know. If somehow you could get a Lambo on Amazon Prime and they could just deliver it to you in like the Prime box, that would really speed up delivery. But you guys already know my position on Lambos. We've been over this a lot. If you buy a Lambo and you're young, everybody's gonna be like, I don't know if he was the one that bought that. And you're just gonna have to deal with that. Unless you like the car and go for it. But if you're old, and you guys can decide what you think and consider as being old. If you buy a Lambo then it's like, that's interesting. I just say there's like no good age to have a Lambo. It's hard. I like McLarens, Ferraris, those are cool. But I don't know. You guys can do whatever you want with your money. Let's see. Corvette C8s are cool. Any mainstream media appearance puts you on the other side, they'll own you. Please don't. I mean, they don't get a sellout? Anthony, they don't get paid to go on. They're not paying them to go on. And who wants to have a silly college student come on their major media network? Probably nobody. So I don't think we're going to get to that bridge anytime soon. AMC 42.40. Prague, little bit of selling, 359, 360. Yeah, the SF90 is cool. I like the 488 pieces. Those are cool. Those are some sweet vehicles. All right, we got a little bit of time left. Let's see if we can get AMC over 43. That would be sweet. Let's see. Pagani for me. I've seen a bunch. I've actually met Horatio. Fun fact. He doesn't really speak English very well. Middle-age crisis. Oh. Yeah. SUV is buying the school after the MOAS and let the teachers work for him. Nah, I'm not buying the school. Then I'd just be this. No, then I would just be encouraging. Like, no, I don't like the school system at all. The way it's set up, it's stupid. You really. Here's why it's dumb. I have to take a biology class in a biology lab, mandatory to graduate. Why? Like, why? Why do I do it? Why can't I just learn things that I want to learn about and are actually going to be useful? But even the classes that are supposed to be useful, like my finance classes, the only one that I've actually kind of learned things in is fixed income. It's like how, like, because we were doing something about how to read like offerings one time, and that's really it. And how like bonds work, sort of, and like bond markets. That's really it. My derivatives class, no. I've learned more doing this than I have in school. That's why I just stay here with you guys and don't go to class. It's a scam. It is a scam. It's overpriced. It's stupid. I hear you, buddy. Yeah. It's my senior year, so I don't care anyway. Like, not gonna lie, I have no idea if I have to do work. Like, I'm like, oh, no. There was an assignment that I was like, I don't want to do this. Which is weird. I'm like so not that person either. Like I usually do like very well in school. I do all my work. I do all this stuff. But this semester, very different. Just YouTube it. You can learn for free. Exactly. Buddy. Buddy, thank you so much for the super. I really appreciate it, man. Why biology? To keep STDs away from STV. Buddy. No, we're learning about like plants and like photosynthesis and like different, like, it's a cool class. I just don't want to do it. Like, I have an arts degree and work in construction. There you go. Yeah, back to work. I'll check back later if you're still on. I probably will not be, Felix. Maybe I'll pop back on. Who knows? It might be a live stream day today. Let's see how it goes. Didn't you learn that in 7th grade? Yeah. Exactly. Oh, AMC 42.53, making a move up. SV, the pattern from after January up to the next big run up of June looks really close to the pattern from after 50s to now, with right now compressed at 2.5 to 3x. Thoughts on similar action? Yeah, I mean, we are seeing that pennant start to tighten up, but I mean, I'll tell you right now, I like January. I've said this for a while. Like, I've been saying it since like July. I was like, I like January. September, we did see the options chain start to heat up, and we saw a little bit of a gamma squeeze in the weeks leading up. Now, we also have earnings and that November monthly options expiration date, which could give us a higher starting point, and we could see it like consolidate in the 50s. But remember, if we get up into the 50s, that's most likely where a lot of these shorts were adding to their position or entering into new short positions. So that puts pressure on them anyway. So we'd have to wait and see. But I think mid 50s, we cross there. If we can crack 60 and hold, boom. I think that's when we start to go. Smash the like button. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, just dropping some likes on the stream. You guys went absolutely nuts with the likes today. Thank you guys so much. Pull the Good Will Hunting, just go to the library. How do you like them apples? That's an awesome movie. I love that movie. Let's see. Question, please. If retail converted shares or certificates, I mean, are you talking about DRS? If the float was would this reduce their ability to borrow? It might. Yeah, it would reduce their ability to borrow, but retail has a lot of their. I think that retail has their share lending the majority of retail has their share lending turned off anyway. So if it's coming from somewhere, it's probably from some institutions. But again, the difference in institutional lending, and when you look at it, it's not that much. It's like not that big of a difference to change utilization in terms of like the reported data. It's like 10 million shares, which spread out between all of those institutions, it's not that many. Smash the like when I came through the door. Was happy to see you live. Thank you, Beach Guy. When you have a 4 TV setup, you can watch STV, TMI, Matt, and the others at the same time. STV's on the big TV though. Thank you. I wonder what it would be like to like have everybody on with all of our voices on at the same time, just like on our own streams. I feel like that would be the biggest disaster of all time. SNDL up almost 5% today. There you go. ATER slight moon pull. Interesting. What's going on there? Period. Ooh, that's a little bit of a rip right there. What's AMC doing? 42.43. We're doing pretty good. You should one up everyone on the chip challenge and eat it while riding mechanical bull. Yeah, what did Matt did it on his stream. Trade did it in one of his videos. So if I'm gonna do it, I would have maybe I could like juggle because I can juggle, but I feel like that would just be stupid. We'll see. I'll come up with something. If I'm gonna do it, I'll come up with something funny. We could do like I have to trade something. Like we could do it in the morning and I have to make a trade. I think that would be funny. So like I eat the chip and well, I'd have to set up the trade before, I think, because it wouldn't. So I have to trade something. I have to do a day trade. We can come up with how much I have to put into the day trade, but we could do that. That would be funny. Just a hot chip challenge, but like I have to make at least one trade during the time that my mouth is on fire. I think that would be hilarious. STV for president of the USA? No, thank you. I don't want to have to deal with everybody pulling me in different directions, trying to get me to do stuff. Sometimes I try to listen to 2 lives. That's Mission Impossible. Yeah, I bet it is. All right, AMC 42.50. Let's get Prague back up. We were seeing a little selling earlier. Let's see where we're at now. Just a little sell off, not much. AMC chilling at 40, right around 42.50. But you have to call in the trade. No, I'm not. No. I call BS. You can't juggle. All right, I would have to. I don't have like juggling stuff. I mean, my desk is a disaster, but I don't. All right, we can do that tomorrow. One, we're almost at a month-long high of 43.03. 2, I heard you crush my dreams with your 2-day settlement mumbo jumbo. Hey, maybe we'll get to 1-day settlement, but right now, if you sell, you got to wait 2 days before you can transfer that money, and then there's probably another settlement time, and then you have to get your Lambo, and then there's going to be a delivery time, so you're going to have some delayed gratification there. Oh, geez. Do a trade on an exercise. I don't have an exercise bike, guys. I'm at my college apartment. Like, SC crushing dreams, folks. You heard it here. Good to see us above the VWAP. Yeah. Turtle can juggle. There we go. Turtle, good to see you in here, buddy. Pepsi buying Tesla trucks from Tesla. Breaking news. Hold on. Is Tesla moving? Oh, congrats to everybody who bought the Tesla dip. All right. Let's see. What would be Pepsi? PepsiCo. Yeah. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Oh, Prague getting a nice bounce. AMC 42.45. Chilling out. Do you know Magic as well? I can do some pretty cool card tricks, but that's about it. Oh, you know what I can do really well? I can make money disappear really quickly on YOLO options if I wanted to. It's gone. Benzinga article. $42.50. There we go. What's Prague at? $360. Not bad. All right. We got a couple more minutes left. This is fun. I'm excited to do these more often with you guys. This is going to be a good time. Well played. I mean, not really. I had a SPY trade last Friday that if I didn't paper hand it, oh, that would have been so nice. But sometimes you let your emotions get the best of you. Please do. And Reuters reporting that news? Wow. All right, hold on. Is Tesla really gonna rip here? Is it really gonna go? I mean, it's not moving. That's the thing with news. Sometimes you'll see. Yeah, I mean, PepsiCo. I'm guessing is Pepsi because I always get. Sometimes it's like PepsiCo is like the brand that encompasses like a bunch of different, like the umbrella company that encompasses a bunch of different brands. Is computerized trading an unfair advantage? Absolutely, especially with their ability to perform latency arbitrage. But let's see what happens with that IEXD limit. If it's quick enough, I mean, they are the exchange, so that's kind of what the algos would be basing their prices off of. Like the price is getting reported. Hold on. Yeah, I also here's the fun fact about me. I do all my like trading on my phone. This is weird. I know you guys are going to hate this. I am a terrible typer and I can't like type things. And once I get like my workflow down doing one thing, it's very hard for me to switch. Like I love trading news flips and I'm guaranteed 100% quicker at going in and out right on my phone. Just boom, in and out. Some of you guys are going to be like, that's weird. You shouldn't do that. But it works. Yeah, maybe I'll start putting out some of my trades on Twitter. That'd be fun. We're going to step it up, guys. We're going to really get it going. We'll do these streams. And then on a normal day, here's probably what the schedule will look like on a normal day. We'll do this stream. Then we'll do most likely an AMC update video right after the market closes or soon after the market closes. And then at night, we will do maybe another AMC video or a slightly unrelated video about something else that I want to talk about. So we'll have 2 pieces of AMC content and maybe a different video. So if you guys don't want to watch the unrelated video, don't watch it. But that's probably what we're going to be doing. Jazz Cabbage, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. We need a juggling video first. All right. All righty. Did you drop out of school? No, I have class today. Also, guys, it is 10:30, so that's gonna wrap up this stream. I'll definitely see you guys tomorrow. But thank you to everybody who came in and hung out with me. This was fun. We're gonna do this a lot again. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.